kill them all. Last thing in the world you want is to be captured by those heathen redskins. Rush to him, Miss Sampson. Rush to your protector. Seek the shelter of his manly arms. True love, Adrian. True love laced with heart-rending devotional gratitude. And cut!
Give us a cut, everybody!
Next set up, Charlie.
Yes, Mr. Griffith.
Let's have the tent in, Duffy.
Get another couple of rolls, please, pal. Eddie, go get those horses. I know you're freezing. We're all freezing.
There he is, Frank. Ask him over. Gently.
Very good, my dear. Very good indeed.
Mr. Griffith, sir? Mr. Aiken's in the car, and he'd like to have a word with you.
Ah, Duffy, how are we getting on with Mr.
Hello.
Watts? A bit higher than usual. About there. Be a bit more generous with the blood this time. Lay it on thick.
He's over there, sir. Griffith says that it's important.
When will Mr. Aiken understand that when Griffith is filming, nothing is of greater importance to Griffith?
Harry? Sorry, David, but we need to move fast on this, if you think it's worth moving it off. Eli Morton, in our Texas office, went to some kind of press conference just over the border, pulled together by this Pancho Villa fella down there.
Villa. The Pancho Villa?
Right. According to Eli, Villa is offering exclusive rights to any motion picture company interested in filming his revolutionary army, the Division del Norte,
Del Norte.
in action against the federal forces of who he calls the despotic president of Mexico, Victoriano
Huerta.
Huerta, right. Villa's terms as follows. He's asking for $25,000 in advance against 20% of the profits, and he wants the money in gold.
Quite the horse trader.
Isn't he supposed to be some kind of Indian or something?
He's mestizo. It's a racial mix.
Where'd you get all this stuff? Is it worth a shot? No story, no actors, just shooting an actual military scrap? Just that and that alone?
Just filming men at war? Being allowed to place cameras in the thick of battle? This may prove as much a revolution for motion pictures as the one Villa's waging on the ground.
Real death, real blood. People get sick to their stomachs at that kind of show with me.
Hold it a minute, Harry. Give her your gloves, will you?
Excuse me. Miss Sampson?
Hello?
I'm Frank Thayer. I'm with the Mutual Company. And Mr. Griffith said that...
You're in charge of gloves, are you?
Harry, thousands of words to an individual and his achievements, but the historian's pen over time will be no match for the image the movie maker captures in the eye of his camera.
20% of the profits for some guy who's never done a movie before.
There's not a day that passes, my dear Harry, when this guy is not featured on the front pages of the world press. The man is a star, and stars are the mother's milk of box office.
You wouldn't consider going down there and try getting us a better deal. The bird hasn't been born yet that D.W. Griffith couldn't charm down off a tree.
Be serious. With all I've got to do setting up the California studio? Just how competent would you say he is? You think he's ready to do something useful?
Who? Who are we talking about?
Your nephew.
Frank?
Anyone else bidding on the rights, Mr. Morton?
Let me touch.
Oh, thanks. Any other movie companies? Any other movie companies showing an interest that you know of?
Oh, we got the inside track. Money does a whole lot of talking around here, and the heavier it is, the better it's heard.
Right.
You gotta keep your wits about you around here.
Yes, sir.
First #1 thing to remember when you meet him, never look me straight in the eye. You forget that, you'll wake up deader than a doornail. And making any sudden moves around him, that's another real good way to get your scalp creased.
When do we actually meet? What's the plan?
Villa calls the shots. Gotta work out how to slip over the border and find out wherever he's hiding out.
We have to be smuggled into Mexico?
There ain't no we in that equation, Mr. Thayer. Eli Morton's got a wife and kids to think about.
That's not gunfire, is it?
Step right this way, Mr. Thayer. Let's get you boys a ringside seat at the Revolution.
Come on up. Let's Mr. Thayer. Come on, fellas. Let's get a look. Let's go right to the front. Come on. Let's go right up here. Excuse us for a second. Colonel, hey, do you mind? Thank you very much. These guys are from back east. They've never seen. Thank you very much. Come right, step right up. There you go.
Feels almost like watching a show from up here, doesn't it?
Well, it's a bit more than play acting, sir. What you're watching is a dictatorship in the throes of dying, yielding up one life at a time. John Reed, Metropolitan Magazine.
Frank Thayer, Mutual Film Company.
You're taking the bait, Mr. Thayer? You're gonna film the battle?
I'm going to try.
Have a peek at your picture show. To your left. Hope you don't have any stock in Doheny oil, Mr. Thayer.
My God.
Shows you what Pancho Villa thinks of Americans owning Mexican oil. Bastard doesn't care whose property he burns. There he is. There's your bloody Robin Hood of Mexico.
¡Pancho! ¡Ha venido Pancho! ¡Atención! ¡Alto el fuego! ¡Alto el fuego!
What's he doing? He's only taking half the town.
¡Las películas! ¡Las películas han venido Pancho Villa! D.W. Remix!
Good night, fellas.
Good night, Frank.
Get some sleep. Wait. I've never been on a horse.
You wouldn't like it. Come on.
¿Quién es este estiércol de caballo? ¿Por qué los estudios enviaron a este payaso? ¿Acaso Charlie Chaplin estaba demasiado ocupado para venir a ver a Pancho Villa?
He wants to know why the movie sent him such a clown. He wants to know, was Charlie Chaplin too busy to show up down here?
¿Dónde está el señor Griffith?
He wants to know...
Griffith, he wanted to come. He truly did, only he's kind of involved right now.
And this guy's just fucking around down here, right?
Pancho Villa no confía en quien no le mira derecho a los ojos.
He says you don't trust nobody, don't look him straight in the eye.
I was told that he would kill a man for doing that.
That's a pile of crap. They don't stop telling stories about this guy.
¿Qué es eso que llevas en la corbata?
What's that all over your tie?
It's my school emblem.
It's de su escuela.
My college's.
Sí. College.
To which college do you go?
I did, sir. Harvard. Harvard in Boston.
Oh, see, that's the school where you make presidents, see?
Few have attended, yes, sir.
One day, Pancho Villa will send his son to Boston, Harvard. Pancho Villa tiene los hijos suficientes para llenar todas las universidades de los Estados Unidos.
He says he's knocked out enough sons to fill every college in America. Is that the gold?
Cash would have been a whole lot lighter, I can assure you.
Last person tried to give him cash, Pancho cleaned off his glasses with a bullet.
¿Y el contrato?
Yes, sir. It's right here, sir.
Those are the glasses.
One for you, one for me.
Hey, those actresses you work with, they're like nurses, right? They gotta have it all the time, don't they?
I'm not sure that's really true.
Yeah, right. Like you're not jazzing your brains out, are you?
Gringos de la chingada. ¿Qué es esta patraña del porcentaje de las ganancias?
What?
Aquí dice 10%. Se suponía que la repartición sería 20.
What? What's this 10% of the profits bullshit? His cut's supposed to be 20.
Oh, you lied to Pancho Villa. You go back to Harvard in a box.
Sir, that is a mistake. Somebody must have changed the figures before I had a chance to prove it. It's just my pen. The plume? El Plumo, whatever you call it. Let me change all these 10s here into 20s here, okay? Here we are. Fixed. 20, 20, 20, 20.
See, you gotta understand, he needs the money. With Wilson's goddamn embargo, you gotta go to the black market route to get guns. It costs an arm and a leg to kill somebody down here.
No, please.
This pen has gone to college.
It's for your son. Any of your sons.
Usted es un buen hombre. But your señor Hearst, he only writes bad words about Pancho Villa in sus periódicos.
In his newspapers.
Huh.
But people, I think, they believe more what they see on the picture screen. When your president, Wilson, when he sees my movie, he will know he must support Pancho Villa. He will see that Pancho Villa is a good guy, that he's not like Presidente Huerta, hijo de la chingada, el fucker del burro.
That donkey fucker.
Yeah, got it.
Bueno. Pues, vamos a festejar. Vamos a festejar, muchachitos, ¿eh? Hermanitas, ¿dónde están los helados?
I hope he's not going to be offended. I'm not much of a drinker.
Ah, don't worry about it. He never touches the stuff.
So, you are Frank. That's your name.
Frank Thayer, yes, sir.
Pancho is also Frank. Pancho is Francisco.
That's his real moniker.
Es que bueno, dos Franciscos. Tell me, what would you like, Francisco 2? Lemon, vanilla, dale lo mismo que al Francisco 1. Dale tutti frutti.
Gracias.
Bienvenido a México. Gringo, ven aquí con Rosita.
Thank you.
Que me estás volviendo loquito últimamente.
I've never seen anyone like him.
There is nobody like him, sonny boy. If there was, he would blow their brains out.
How do we do this? Got a plan, Frank?
Besides praying a lot.
I think you all just fan out. Catch whatever you can.
Other than bullets, you mean? Those crazy bastards are not gonna last 10 minutes out there.
Behind the wagon!
Gentlemen, the Mutual Film Company is about to make history. Thanks to an exclusive arrangement with General Pancho Villa, who joined such illustrious mutual artists as Charlie Chaplin, Mary Pickford, and Fatty Arbuckle, the public will, for the very first time, be treated to the thrills and chills of an actual battlefield, as seen through the lens of the motion picture camera.
At all about the physical danger your people might be exposed to, sir?
General Villa has assigned his crack guards, his Dorados, that's D-O-R-A-D-O-S, to guarantee the safety of each and every one of our camera operators.
Set up in the doorway! Hurry! Turn around and film the gunner! Sir! You must be really devoted to this cause!
For a grand a month, there's nothing Sam Drebin can't get devoted to. Plus all the gold teeth I can pull. What's your ass, sonny boy?
Another day, another dollar.
Hearst Publications, you don't have any qualms about manipulating public opinion in favor of a man many people consider to be nothing more than a socialist rabble-rouser.
Unlike your employer, Mr. Hearst, this company has no interest whatever in meddling in politics, foreign or domestic. For the millions he's trying to free of a cruel dictatorship, Pancho Villa hardly needs mutual's help to enhance his reputation as the George Washington of Mexico.
Francisco, you are not dead yet, eh?
Still alive, sir.
Felicitaciones. Vámonos.
These are just civilians, aren't they?
Yeah. You make the mistake of supporting Pancho Villa, you wind up being a tree ornament.
Tenga. Asegúrese que les den sepultura. Escriban en sus tumbas que murieron como hombres libres.
Así será, mi general.
Ahora, muchachos.
A ver, cabrones, díganle adiós a la luz del día.
Que mi general.
Saves ammunition.
Quince! Captain's mine. Thanks, patient.
Ándale a jugar. Ándale, vámonos, vámonos.
Padrecito.
General Villa, qué honor para nuestro pueblo que esté usted aquí.
Pues muchas gracias.
Viene a confesión, ¿verdad?
Sí. ¿Qué le parece si le confieso yo a usted primero? Venga.
A ver qué confesión me van a dar. ¿Conoce a la muchacha? ¿Conoce a la muchacha? ¿Le sabe qué edad tiene? Tiene 14 años.
Kid's gonna have a playmate soon. Somebody knocked her up.
¿Por qué no es una virgen ahora? Véngase de rodillas, véngase de rodillas, hombre. Ahora vamos a confesar. Ave María Purísima. No, sin pecado concebida, no, padrecito.
That figures. The father's the father.
No le escuche nadie. Pídale perdón públicamente, hombre.
Yo me voy a ocupar de la familia.
Se va a ocupar.
He's swearing to take care of the kid and the baby however long they need it for.
Abra la boca.
¡Abra la boca! Puede que la familia le perdone. Puede que yo le perdone. Pero creo que Dios no le va a perdonar. Desgraciado.
¿Satisfecho, padre?
Ándale.
Se fuera con otro, la seguiría por tierra y por mar, si por mar en un buque de guerra, si por tierra en mi tren.
Good work, Frank. You didn't get in my way once.
Thank you, Henny. How'd it feel today, Mr. Thayer? Being smack in the middle of the killing ground.
It's shameful to admit how exciting I found it.
Oh, strictly a survivor's sensation. Someone else's death serving as your own reprieve. You're in good company, Mr. Thayer. Shamelessness is a big following down here. Bank robbers, painters, poets, soldiers of fortune. Enough anarchists to blow up Wall Street 10 times over. Healing Jews and fighting Jews. Morris Rauschbaum, a surgeon from Indiana. Sam Drebin, machine gunner from the Bronx. General Angeles came over from the Federales. Studied von Clausewitz, well-read. An idealist. He's the other side of the peso to General Fierro. He gets really ugly unless he kills at least one prisoner before breakfast. From the merely curious to the merely morbid. All of us in Villa's orbit. All of us in Villa's thrall.
Si Adelita se fuera con otro, la seguiría por tierra y por mar, si por mar en un buque de guerra, si por tierra en mi tren militar. ¡Hey, hey, hey, hey!
You take home a nice recuerdo, ¿verdad, amigo? A souvenir. But be careful. Rosita give you some Crowley souvenir in your underwear.
Mi general, vengo a pedir ayuda. Me han matado a mis hijos y a mi esposa.
Ay,
Her husband got killed in the fighting today. Her youngest son, too.
Charlie, get this.
We just gave her more money than her old man saw in his entire life.
Wow. What will they think, Juanito, my American friends, when they see the movie of Pancho Villa?
Well, I think Mr. Doheny is going to be very impressed indeed.
Para Pancho Villa, el suelo mexicano es sagrado. Para Doheny, lo que hay debajo.
He worships the ground that is Mexico. Doheny worships what's underneath it.
Your señor Hearst is also muy nervioso, siéntense. Very nervous. You know how much he owns in Mexico, Francisco? Señor Hearst, how many acres? 7 millones.
More like 8.
8 million acres.
How many head of cattle have you stolen from him? 60,000, he says.
Oh, you are loco, Juanito. 60,000. 50,000, maybe. Maybe 50,000 the most. So, Francisco, today was not too, ¿cómo se dice aburrido?
Boring.
Boring. It was not too boring. You became more a man a little, I think, today. Maybe you and your amigos.
Yeah, I'd say we had a good start.
Today, I think they found a little bit their huevos.
Even though a few of them got a little wet.
Yeah, sí. Bueno, una medallita. Una medallita para su confirmación por sus servicios a la revolución. You will help. Por usted sabrán los americanos que también al sur de la frontera hay esperanzas.
You will help Americans know that hope does not stop at the border.
It's like Virgin of Guadalupe.
I'm deeply honored, sir.
Debería estarlo.
He says you should be.
Porque tiene la única virgen que queda por aquí.
You've got the only virgin left around here.
Ándale.
Please bear in mind that our camera operators had to constantly deal with movement of men and horses, exploding bombs, clouds of gunpowder. But what you're looking at is, without a doubt, never before seen footage of live action shot on an actual field of battle.
Never before seen footage? You still can't see it.
They'd have bit the dust a lot better if D.W. Griffith had directed it.
Let me assure you that every one of these men and women and every child died in the very best way that they could.
There he is, boys, on motion picture film for all the world to see. General Pancho Villa.
Despite its technical flaws, clearly more people will discover Pancho Villa from a few feet of this crude historic film than from the reams that have been written about his struggle to rid Mexico of its greedy robber barons, the only ones to profit from their cozy marriage with rapacious American interests.
Unfortunately, not everyone happens to be the socialist lover that John Reed is. Hearst, no surprise, is putting on nuts through a ringer. Pardon me. With all he's got invested in Mexico, Hearst tends to lose one or two of his fortunes down there.
Speak up, Harry. We're a whole country apart, for God's sake.
Listen to this. Pandering to Villa's overblown vanity, the perpetrators of this clumsy excuse of a film
Clearly demonstrate that they have a far greater interest in selling tickets to a gullible public than in telling the real truth about
I'll take the pastrami on rye.
Than in telling the real truth about the self-styled General Villa and his ragtag army with nary a piece of modern artillery to its name.
Mightn't it be more productive for you to be reading the one ad?
You know what's so galling about all this? It's all true. We had so little control over what was happening. Villa comes off as some kind of simple, starstruck cowboy.
Give me the strudel?
We didn't offer a clue to his complexity, to his greatness. What a movie that would make.
This would all be better said to someone with a checkbook, wouldn't it?
He's been beaten and tortured all his life. They say that he still has whip scars across his back. He was a convict before he turned 20.
Frank, it's midnight.
Before he was 12, he was already being hunted by the law. Now there are places in Mexico where he is the law.
Don't make me fire you twice in 1 week, Frank.
He's the James boys. He's Billy the Kid. He's Napoleon, all rolled into one. But he asks nothing for himself. He takes nothing. He builds schools where there were none. He seizes the homes of the wealthy. He redistributes the land. He gives it to the poor. He feeds them. He even prints his own money.
He prints his own money? Well, the man's not all bad, is he?
Tell me that this material would not make a fantastic moving picture.
Forget it. The Times said the one we made looked like a high school play that couldn't afford the costumes. For my money, and that's sure as hell what every penny of it was, we gave Pancho Villa more than his shot.
But we didn't. That's the whole point.
Be realistic. You'd never crowd all that stuff into a two-reeler, not in a million years.
I'd make it more like 7.
7 reels?
7 reels.
Did you smoke some of that funny stuff down in Mexico, Frank? Who in their right minds is going to want to sit through a movie that runs for over an hour?
There's never a first until someone tries it.
Don't give me fortune cookies in the middle of the night, Frank. And 7 reels is a whale of a show you're ready to give away for a nickel a ticket.
Then double it.
Double it? A dime? A dime a ticket?
A dime a ticket. One good first deserves another.
These are exciting thoughts, Frank.
They are.
I'm definitely getting excited.
Don't let me stop you.
If only they didn't all look so crummy down there. For 10 cents, people are going to want to see a hell of a lot more than a bunch of barefoot buggers jumping around in the cactus.
We can help them look better. I know we can.
I'd have to run this past EW, of course.
He'll see the possibilities in a minute. I promise you. The life of General Villa.
está General Villa?
Por allá. Por allá.
¿Encuentras?
Espérame, mi hermano. Ya casi. Las escrituras de la hacienda. 400,000 hectáreas.
Debió de haber trabajado mucho de chamaco para tener tanta tierra. Un hombre solo necesita la tierra suficiente para saciar su hambre y un poquito para que le entierren. Venga, es suyo. ¿No quiere? Bueno. ¿Su firma? Don Luis.
¿Mi firma? En un papel en blanco.
No por mucho tiempo. Su infinita generosidad le hará un préstamo a los pobres.
¿De cuánto?
Pues lo suficiente para que se empareje usted con ellos. Para que sepa lo que es no tener medio centavo. Ni media mula. Ni un pedazo de pan por romperse el lomo. Hasta que el único sabor que conozca sea la sal de sus lágrimas. Ande, fírmele ya. ¡Fírmele ya, hombre! Antes de que le sirva sus huevos a los puercos. He oído mucho de este libro. ¿Usted ya lo leyó?
Ningún hombre puede presumir de culto si no ha leído al Quijote.
Llévenselo. Voy a cultivarme un poquito.
Vamos. Vete.
Desgraciado.
Pancho.
Sí.
Aquí.
Francisco.
Oh, sir.
Francisco. Do I know you were coming?
Oh, I sent a telegram.
Well, when I see it then, I will know you are here. I miss you many times, mi amigo, many times.
I've missed you.
Yeah, good. Bueno. The Virgin, does she answer your prayers?
Not with my Spanish. She doesn't.
No, Spanish. Never Spanish. Mexicano. Two things Spain give to my people. The church and the whip.
You should write a book.
Oh, maybe I have to read one or two first.
Mira. Esto es para ti. Una copia de tu película. Este es la batalla de Ojinaga.
This is the battle.
Yeah.
So much death. Two little circles. Magic. Tomorrow we must liberate a projector somewhere. Tell me, are you hungry, thirsty?
No problema. Estoy muy bien.
House of great wealth, huh? No one drop of ice cream. Chingados. Sí, sí. If my father saw us here, me and my brother, he would say, "Vamos, muchachos, before your hair grows a boot." A room like this, such a room, could be only for a Don or for a foreigner. Aquí no hay mestizos. Into a room like this, my father could only crawl to beg for some food for himself, for his family. There are books here that weighed more than he did when he died. Welcome back to Mexico.
Are you all right, Francisco? Yes, thanks. Is the horse riding you well?
Uh-huh. Dígame, you did not come all this way only to bring me my film, right?
Sería un honor para el señor Aitken el que hiciera otra película para la compañía mutual.
Another movie? You want to make another movie with Pancho Villa?
Yes, sir. Same deal as last time, same money.
Well, the President Wilson has lifted the arms embargo. Money is not a problem for Pancho Villa anymore. Tell me, has there ever been a movie of Don Quixote, do you know?
No, not that I know of, no, sir.
No, one movie of Don Quixote, and Senor Aitken wants to make 2 of Pancho Villa.
We believe that this story, this photo play, will greatly enhance your popularity, and it's going to go a long way to helping the revolution. You still have a lot of enemies in high places.
Yeah, that's the best place for enemies. High up where you can see them.
Well, look, you'd be doing me a very, very big favor.
Remember, Don Quixote, mi amigo, un hombre no debe luchar molinos de viento. Man must not fight windmills.
Villa positively not interested. Returning New York immediately. Awfully sorry, did my level best. Frank and Thayer.
And for nephew.
Ahí viene el inglés.
Señor Benton, ¿qué me cuenta, amigo mío?
Oh, don't give me that happy peon luck. You're on my land. You and your bloody bandit now think you could just ride off here with my horses and my guns, eh, amigo?
Soldiers of Pancho Villa. No bandidos.
You've been rubbing me blind and you bloody well know it. 5,000 head of my cattle, and not so much as 1 bloody fucking peso. Thank you very much. Now, these tin-horn bureaucrats down here may put up with the crap you dish out, but you finish shitting on this white man. Comprende?
Sí. Sí, sí. Comprendo. Fierro.
Sí, mi general.
Hágame el favor de ayudar al señor Benton. Está muy urgido de justicia.
Como siempre, gustoso de servirle, general. Venga, señor Benton. Véngase conmigo.
La última vez que te lo vi a tu camisita. No sangres hasta que te quites el uniforme. A veces la justicia puede ser muy ruidosa.
David, did you read Hearst today? I've got it right here. The cold-blooded murder in Mexico of English ranch owner William Benton, but the latest example of the socialist Villa's rabid hatred of foreigners, reinforces the Hearst Corporation's demand that the civilized nations of the world act with all haste to introduce the self-styled general to the business end of the rope.
A este disque general.
Mr. Aiken.
Does the general have any questions?
The general has no questions.
Whenever engaging the enemy, you guarantee
That's you, sir.
I know I am you.
You guarantee that any fighting by the forces under your command will occur only between the daylight hours of 9 a.m. and 5 p.m.
De acuerdo.
Agreed.
There is to be no night combat whatsoever, and the mutual company, that's us, is to be informed and consulted as to the nature of any and all military engagements.
Sí, sí, sí. Cat bring, iris in, iris out, pan. Es muy simple.
See, see.
Muy simple.
Very good, sir. In the event that a major exchange cannot be filmed, you will agree to restage such battles or stage new ones as may be necessary for the benefit of the mutual company's cameras. For its part, the mutual company agrees to furnish wardrobe.
Usted se queda aquí, porque sin usted esto no camina.
Estaré con usted cada segundo del día.
Problem?
He wants to make sure Frank's gonna be working on this one, too.
No Francisco, no Francisco.
I promise you, General, this fine young man is going to be with you every damn momentum of the day.
Momentum.
Whatever you need, whatever you want, this is going to be your man. Every bit as he's going to be mine.
Muy bien. Ándale.
It's right here, sir. 25,000.
25,000, as before. I take it we have a deal, sir.
Un momento, un momento. The soldiers of Pancho Villa have left behind many huérfanos y viudas.
Lots of widows and orphans.
He's up to his ass in them.
They're very sad. They're very poor.
The general is most sensitive.
Sí, sí, sensitive. A leader must be muy sensitive. Muy sensitive. You must give to Pancho Villa when into Mexico City after the revolución. ¿Cómo se dice una copia de la película?
A print?
A print, a print. Para una tarde importante.
He wants his own print. I think he wants to have his own premiere down here.
Exactamente. Pancho Villa, too, needs nickels. Many nickels for those who lost so much and for those who lost so many. Yeah.
I will be very happy to write that into the agreement this very minute, sir.
No es necesario, my good sir. For Pancho Villa, your hand is your word.
Certainly. Of course. It's my pleasure, sir.
Hiya, Duffy. Hey, Frank. The trip was okay. Nice to see you, Carl.
At least you made it.
Hiya, Charlie. How are you?
Where's the scotch, Frank?
Didn't you bring it? See, you've got gloves this time. Welcome to Mexico.
Thank you.
General Villa, please allow me to introduce our director. This is Mr. William Christie Cabinet.
I am so looking forward, sir.
Bienvenido a Mexico. And this is Miss Teddy Sampson, who will play the role of your sister.
Muy bonita. Mi querida. Muy bonita.
And this is Miss Irene Hunt, who will be your mother.
Hola, madre. Ahora mi madre es güera.
And Charlie Rocher, of course, you know from Owanaga.
Are your huevos all dry now, Charlie?
For the moment. And this, sir, is Mr. Raoul Walsh.
Jenna.
He'll be playing the young Pancho Villa.
Tell me, Raoul Walsh, you know even which end of the horse shits? ¡Vámonos,
You can't be me. Okay, Carl, camera, and action. And say goodbye, Mom. Very nice. Yes, sis, go get you a little of that. Mm-hmm. And lovely. Okay, yeah. And it's farewell, Pancho. Let's go. And he goes. And cut. Okay. Very nice. More of a routine goodbye, Raoul. Oh, listen, your character has no way of knowing what tragic events the day is going to bring. So keep it big, make it small.
Christy,
okay?
I wanna
Adrian,
suggest-
give me a wee bit less, just hearts, no flowers. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Una más, people. Oh, as pronto as possible, por favor, makeup. Okay? Let's go, people.
I was just thinking that maybe...
No, don't think, darling. Just act. Okay, let's just make a movie here. That's enough. That's enough, okay? Look, he's a Mexican. Mexicans sweat. He's fine. Leave him alone. Carl, crank him. Okay. Uh-huh. And from the kiss, por favor. And action. Much better. Much better. And sis, lovely. Okay, and farewell, Pancho. Off he goes. Goodbye, Pancho. That's good. Okay, one last look at Mom and Sis. A fond look. Fond. Fond. Bond. You love him, you love him, you love him. Good. Wham, bam, out the door. And perfect. Cut, print, beautiful. Next setup. Macduff?
Unquestionably the most expensive and longest motion picture ever contemplated. So reads the Mutual Film Company publicity. An unprecedented 7 15-minute reels, 2 of which will be filmed during the upcoming Battle of Torreon, for which Villa's forces are now preparing. The Mutual Company promises an additional 5 reels devoted to a specially written photoplay, the factual story of the heroic life of Pancho Villa.
Falso! Todo es falso. Every page is a page of lies. Cervantes no se limpiaría el culo con esta mierda.
I don't understand.
Mierda means shit.
I know that. I just don't know why you say that.
Pancho Villa becomes an outlaw when the Federales take away his father's land. The land of Pancho Villa's father was his grave!
You see, Mr. Aiken just feels that that's more colorful. That's only dramatic license.
It is a license to lie.
You don't understand.
Oh, yes, I understand. I understand that never does Pancho Villa want the world to see his sister Mariana raped by Federales.
But that's what turned you into a rebel.
I know why I became what I became. Okay. Pancho Villa does not have to see a movie to find out who is Pancho Villa. All right. Presidente Villa, from where does this fantasia come? You have learned nothing from Juan Reed. There will never be a Presidente Villa. But never!
There could be.
La revolution is to feed the hungry bellies of the people, not the ambition of Pancho Villa.
All right, but it's a wonderful scene.
Son mentiras!
Okay. Okay. We can make it a dream sequence.
Pancho Villa's dream is for a man of education to be Presidente of Mexico.
Okay.
Your Presidente Wilson, he was a professor, see? Pancho Villa is a professor of horses and soldiers.
I see, that's exactly what General Grant was. And he became president.
Grant? Yeah. That drunky dog face? He killed Mexicanos like he killed his whiskey bottles.
I had no idea.
No, in your history books, there are no bad Americanos. Grant, he came before there was oil to steal. He came for the gold. He came for the silver. He came for the azúcar. Es un insulto. You want to shoot the Battle of Torreon? You bring your cameras to Torreon. You don't shoot the life of Pancho Villa. That Pancho Villa has never lived.
Mutual has a fortune sunk into this.
Lies are expensive, Francisco. Senor Aiken, he tells to the world he will tell the truth about Pancho Villa. But this? Esta basura? This is fake garbage.
May I ask you, sir, did you murder William Benton? I don't believe you did. But a hell of a lot of your enemies are trying to convince a hell of a lot of other folks that you did. If you can believe Jack Reed, there are plans in the works in Washington right now. Plans to invade Mexico and make Chihuahua our 49th state. Plans to finish you off, knock you off, any way they can. You have to understand that this is the kind of story the public expects, that they demand. When they go to the movies, you give them what they want. They give you what you want. And what you want is something you have never needed more in your life. Their approval.
I think every time you see me, you grow one more huevo, Francisco.
Dismount rule. Everyone dismount.
Desmonten todos.
And run to greet them. Welcome your hubbies home. Ladies.
Ladies, come on.
Ladies.
Ladies.
Let's go, ladies.
Salúdenlos, señoras. Come on, come on. Arriba. Vamos. Vamos, venga. Mr. Cabernet.
Can I get some hugs and kisses here?
Abrazos, besos.
Brazos.
Vamos. Vamos, venga. Ladies, come on. Come on.
Oh, sweet Jesus. Cut! Cut! Cut!
Let's cut, everybody.
Save it, Charlie.
It's just not in their nature, Christy. These women are shy.
Shy? They're as wooden as fucking Indians.
Most of them are fucking Indians. Give me 5 minutes. Okay, muchachos. Ahora van a trabajar parada. Come on, let's go.
And dismount, Raul. And cue the ladies.
Ladies!
Bueno.
He has his own train.
That's just one more thing he's liberated from the government. Fitted out a few hospital cars, take care of the wounded, made one for the press. And... like a city on wheels. I walked it the other day. It's almost 2 miles long. Oh, hi, fellas.
Oh, hey, Frank.
Hello there.
Hi, Charlie.
These are the Sanchez brothers. Abraham, Anastasio.
Buenas tardes, muchachos.
Ever paralyzed anybody in Spanish before? So this will be the lab. We'll be able to develop our own film. This is the editing room. Going to be able to watch our own dailies, which I think will make a real difference in our work. Going on and on, aren't I?
You've changed down here.
Have I?
When I first met you, it was hard to know you were even around.
I never once had that problem with you.
I gathered.
Guess I was fairly obvious.
Girls don't mind that one bit.
What do we got here, boss?
New wardrobe.
Civil War surplus? Yeah, Aiken got a good deal on it.
You don't think these guys are gonna mind? Dressing up like the losing side?
I think we'll keep that our little secret.
The impressive French 75 millimeters. Perfect for the job.
I mean, really, Mary Pickford doesn't take this long in makeup.
Mary Pickford isn't running a revolution on the side.
And don't think she couldn't.
Here we go!
How do I look? Una sugerencia, si me permite. No cambie absolutamente nada.
You're weary, General. Trappings of power mean nothing to you. Your every goal has been achieved. You've avenged your family. You've righted the wrongs against your people. Many lives have been sacrificed, but in the end, you have saved the life of your beloved Mexico. But the work of a president is never done. Lawrence. And return to your desk, General, and pick up the pen and sign the document. Good. Lawrence, take the paper and leave. Bow and go. And now the weariness returns. Can you give me a sigh, General?
Un suspiro.
Un suspiro. Bueno, beautiful. And now your speech. Into the camera. Into the lens that is the eye that sees for all the world.
Fui forzado a sacrificar muchas vidas en mi búsqueda por la justicia. Pero al final he salvado la vida de mi amado México.
Is there anything the man cannot do?
It is easy to be president in a movie. In a movie, Pancho Villa could be the Pope. In the end, there will be other better men who will sit in Mexico City.
And you'll do what? Surely not retire.
If the government would open a factory to make good saddles and bridles. Pancho Villa, his hands are good with leather. Pancho Villa's hands are leather.
And you would settle for just doing that?
See, that, watch, Mexico does not become another star on the flag of your country.
And what about you?
What Pancho Villa wants? Himself?
Yeah.
A parade when he dies. A parade, many tears and many flowers. For the children to miss his candy. A funeral. Many poets and singing. And at the end, a tomb. A big tomb. They can come. The people can come and see Pancho Villa will be always there for them. Always. Cúbreme el trasero.
You know, I wrote this scene in my head the very first time I laid eyes on you.
Was I okay? You want to try one more take? Is it too soon?
I don't know. Maybe not.
Oh, I'm sure not. Onward and upward's the ticket. That's what Mom always taught me.
Amigos, tomorrow we leave to begin the last chapter of the revolution.
Mañana atacaremos Torreón. Después de Torreón, justo después de Torreón, ganaremos la revolución.
Hey. Bravo, gentlemen. Bravo.
Ándale, ándale. You have much to film in the battle, my friend.
The battle, sir?
The Battle of Torreón.
Oh, I won't be going with you. No, I finished my part in this film. I'm going to New Jersey.
New Jersey?
To start a new one. Really. You can call my agent.
Excuse me, General Villa. Я не поеду. Me? I don't go, sir. Я боюсь, музыкант жить.
Well. Duffy, you too? You're not going?
No, sir. My work's through here, sir. Only the camera operators are going.
Bueno.
Atención. Enemy, comandante.
What's happening?
I'm not sure.
¡Up! Un pelotón de fusilamiento.
Oh my God. Calling for a firing squad.
¡A ese también! ¡Tráigalo! ¡Vaya con Dios! Here, Pancho Villa is the director. Here, Pancho Villa says who is finished and who is not finished. ¡Atención, peloteo! ¡Preparen! ¡Apunten! ¡General! ¡Fuego! Ahora, now you know what you will miss at Torreón.
Chrissy, will you take this?
Too bad them actresses don't do no jazzing, huh?
Fierro. Fierro. ¿A dónde lleva usted estos muchachos?
Estos no son muchachos, son héroes de la revolución.
Oh, the hell they are.
¿Qué pasa, cabrón? ¿Eh? Muévete o te mato. ¡Órale!
Put the gun away.
¡Órale! ¡Hey!
General, these boys have been such a help to the movie, and now you're gonna turn them into soldiers?
Este cabrón no sabe lo que es la realidad, mi general. Lo único que quiere es su pinche peliculita.
¿Ah?
La revolución le importa un carajo.
Listos los.
Vámonos.
No, you can't. Is this what you want for the children of Mexico? Schools for only some, Harvard just for yours, death for the rest?
Ay. Muy bien. One boy for you, one boy for Villa.
How can anyone possibly make that choice?
Muy simple. Chamacos, vayan hasta ese vagón de tren lo más rápido que puedan y vuelven para acá. ¡Vamos! ¡Vale! That one for you. I'll take the winner. Refunda este huesudo en el tren. Vámonos.
The end of the shots. Corte.
En medio.
Muy bien.
kilómetros desde aquí hasta este otro lado.
Close your stinking mouth, pinche huerta, hijo de la chingada.
Ah, Villa. Acabaré con ese pinche actorcillo.
Incluso con su nueva artillería.
¿Y quién sabrá usar esa artillería? ¿Acaso unos pulguientos que todavía cajan en el monte?
Es un cuerpo de avanzada. Vamos, acompáñenme.
Remember our agreement. Villa forgets nothing. Vaya por sus hombres.
All right, brothers, what you can find the muchachos. Get him. All right, got your cameras? Vamos.
Everyone ready? Start cranking! And action! Francisco. Ven. Mira. Ven aquí. Come here. Mira. Aquí, en el centro, in the belly of Torreón, is the armory of Huerta.
Enough guns for Pancho Villa to make 100 revolutions. At Torreón, Pancho Villa will give to his General Angeles and to your Señor Aiken their mucho, mucho, boom, boom, fucking boom, boom.
Excuse me, sir. You're attacking from here. This is the east?
Sí.
You're firing at the Federales from the east? Sí. Is there any special reason for that plan, sir?
Sí, because it's mine. What? Your cameras cannot shoot into the sun. Your lenses are not strong enough.
Nowhere near enough, no, sir.
Maybe you can move the cameras to the sides this way the sun can come across, huh? Or what? Vamos, hombre, habla.
Could you possibly change your attack so that you fire from the west instead of the east? That would give us so much better a picture.
No
está difícil,
necesita un chingo de...
Está difícil, pero podemos hacerlo.
¿Cuánto tiempo?
2 horas, mi general, para tumbarles el arsenal.
Bueno. Pues atacaremos por el oeste. We kill them all your way.
Tenemos un plan. Vamos a mover el culo. Tengo hambre.
Pancho, ven. Torreón te está esperando.
El Torreón que será tu tumba.
Aquí tenemos todo preparado.
Action, Señor Griffith.
Action.
Action.
¡Atención, soldados villistas! ¡Atención, revolucionario! ¡La hora del ataque ha llegado! ¡La hora de un México libre ha llegado! Lo que ven al frente no es Torreón, es el futuro, es el pan, es la libertad. thing is, it's always easier for an army to defend a position than it is for one to take it.
I suppose you're right. It took the Turks 500 years to capture Constantinople.
General, what's this?
Francisco, if we fight the Federales for 1,000 years, we cannot beat them unless we fight them this way. By day, we can win the battle. By night, we will win the war. Vámonos.
But you always must have known that.
Well, in the dark, I can smell the Federales' fear. Fear comes defeat.
You never really intended to honor our contract, did you?
My only contract is always with Mexico. Yeah, there's no choice. It's better for Pancho Villa to lose the movie than to lose the revolución.
¿Respetamos la iglesia?
Yeah, tanto como nos ha respetado ella. ¡Échale dinamita!
¿Me oyeron, muchachos? ¡Fuego!
Ándale.
Mira. One take. ¡Tráigame la caballería!
What the hell was in there?
The Federales hide their ammunition in the church. This way they go to heaven faster. Plenty of light now, Francisco. ¡Vamos, Dorado!
Hello, sonny boy.
Hi. Take some of this.
Thanks.
Got it?
Friggin' rainwater.
That's all there is.
If you ask me, God's been pissing in it. Hell of a show the boss put on last night, huh?
I didn't get one foot of it.
Well, there are those days, kid. There are those days.
Sorry, Sam.
Don't worry about it. You can take a Jew apart, you can never kill them all together. Used to aggravate the hell out of my mother. There's a law, you know. Anybody with a tattoo, no Jewish cemetery will let you get buried there. As if it's gonna bother somebody in the next grave, right? Well, I can't tell you how happy this is gonna make my mother.
Mi general, le suplico, le suplico.
Deja. Dígame.
Le suplico que me ayude. Sus hombres cometieron un error. Trajeron a mi marido del Palacio Municipal y él no es un soldado, él no es un soldado, lo juro.
Cálmese. ¿Cómo se llama su marido?
Luis Madrigal. Es usted.
No.
Gracias, es usted el hombre, el más bueno, el más bueno.
No, está bien.
Charlie, set up fast. This is the scene we missed at Owen Lager.
Lo siento, señora. Lo siento. La guerra es así, no la he inventado yo.
¡Asesino! 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 ¡Criminal! ¡Asesino! ¡Oh! ¡Cerdo!
God. How could you?
Don't speak to me of God. God has never been to Mexico. If he has been, he has a heart of stone. Go home, Frank. All of you! Go where to be born is to be equal. The children of Mexico are not yet so lucky. Llévensela.
Walsh?
One more.
Very still now, very still.
As far as I'm concerned, 2 real thumbs are a thing of the past. I can imagine a time when 5 real, 6 real.
It's not going to be an easy thing to see for us because we,
Mr.
Griffith.
Good evening. Nice to see you again. Good evening. Good evening.
Onward and upward. That's the ticket.
Good evening.
Jack, I want you to know I fought against editing that shot that way. It means a lot to me for you to understand that.
Well, I understand the difficulty in selling tickets to see a hero who mows down widows in cold blood. I even understand the commercial need to transform an outlaw into an aristocrat. Or passing off whores as loving wives. And barefoot peasants are entitled to freedom only after they've been properly dressed for the occasion. It's a process of evolution. It's the movie's turn to make truth the first casualty of war.
Is there a second?
Well, if that's the first, who cares?
Why'd he kill her, Jack? So coldly, so brutally. It's as though he killed the whole revolution.
You know what it is to say to a whole country, let me make everything that's wrong right for you. Let me carry you all on my shoulders. Eventually, you begin to resent the weight.
You'd never know that from the movie I let it become.
Well, you'll find a way to live with yourself. You'll find a way to live with Pancho, too. You used each other, Frank. Mutual and Villa. Together, you proved that the lens is a hell of a lot mightier than the sword.
Hey, Sonny boy.
Sam Previn. My God.
Sit a minute. Park it. Mama, это мой хороший друг.
Мне нужно пописать.
Yeah. Careful, sweetheart. She's got a bladder like a faucet. Watch what you say. She thinks I'm a paint salesman.
Съешь там твое мясо.
Yeah, right, ma.
Закажи мне айскрим.
Okay, ma.
Shades of Pancho Villa.
Oh, she's tougher, believe me. Got too good a look at a federale bayonet.
You don't still work for him, do you?
No. Not since after the revolution. Funny guy, Pancho. Gave me a letter of reference. He said Moses should have used me for a machine gunner. Wrote it with your pen, too. Yeah. He was pretty browned off with you guys, you know. He never did get to see that movie.
Jack Reed said that we made him look so good that Washington held off the idea of invading Mexico.
Be that as it may, you welched on him, kid. I was there when you promised him a print for the widows, remember?
Yeah,
and
Aiken
the
was
orphans,
mad at him
remember?
for breaking the contract.
Yeah, like Aiken needed an excuse to be full of shit. Oh, some revolution. The new fuckers are the same as the old fuckers. Big guys up here still control everything that's going on down there. Both sides of the border still scared shitless Pancho's gonna come out and start shooting again because the revolution's turned sour. Want my 2 cents for what they're worth? Mexico would be a hell of a lot better off if God had taken his goddamn oil and shoved it onto Brooklyn.
I wish very much that you had been in Parral for the christening of my firstborn, Anastasio Francisco, named for my brother and for you. I hope he will be proud to say one day that he's a godson of Pancho Villa. At the christening party, the general was very much as the general always was, though some said later he was more quiet, more thoughtful. They said he had a premonition. After giving my son his medal of the Virgin of Guadalupe, which many times over he will say really belonged to you, he started to drive back to his Hacienda Grande with his secretary and 2 guards. And then, in the center of Parral, some say the government killed Pancho Villa. Some say it was the gringos. Some say it was both. The general was dragged away, like an animal. Even in death, they're afraid of him. He is without a grave. He has no tomb. How will they remember him, Señor Frank? How will the sons of Mexico remember our Pancho Villa?
Following his assassination, the name of Pancho Villa was stricken from all official records, statues, monuments, even children's books. When the government decided it was safe to disinter his body, it was discovered that someone had stolen his head. In 1976, after half a century, the remains of his remains were laid to rest in Mexico City alongside other heroes of the revolution. Finally, he'd been given the funeral he'd always dreamed of. As in the case of his head, the film, The Life of General Villa, has been lost to posterity. If anything at all, Frank Thayer remains just a footnote in history. No complaints. It's not too bad being a footnote to a legend.